My video game FLAPPATRON Episode 3 is available right now on Steam. Tell you what's weird, slash interesting, slash kind of funny. I was thinking, you know what, I want to make this video. I mean to make this video for a long time. I even thought maybe I've done this video before, so I searched up my channel and I haven't. But I want to talk about Final Fantasy XIII, because I was like, I played it recently. But did I play it recently? No, I played it 2 years ago, pretty much. No, that's a lie. Maybe a year and a half ago. That's not recent. That's how crazy time is flying at the moment. But anyway, I want to discuss Final Fantasy XIII because it's definitely a black sheep in the franchise. Everyone thinks Final Fantasy VIII's the black sheep in the franchise, and I disagree. I think 13 is, because at least with 8 has the formula down. It's basically similar to Final Fantasy VII and 9. It's more just because of the battle system it's considered a black sheep, but I don't think it is at all. I think 13 is the one that stands out as a sore thumb. In my opinion, it's completely different. Because 12, even though 12, the battle system is very weird, it's like a strange MMO, it still has, you can still travel around, it has an exploration element to it, and you can still go anywhere you want at any point, pretty much. Whereas 13 is obviously completely linear. And everybody absolutely shits on this game so much if you're a Final Fantasy fan, and it's not as bad as people make it out to be. I think maybe back when it came out, maybe you could be a bit like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I mean, I felt that way about Final Fantasy XV, and everybody loves Final Fantasy XV. Plus, they've completely changed the game. Apparently, they've overhauled it and added cutscenes and all this crazy shit. So I need to replay Final Fantasy XV, and I'll give you my thoughts on that when I finally get around to doing that, because apparently the game's so different now. But 13. I want to talk about the positives, let's talk about the negatives. But the positives, straight off the bat, it looked gorgeous. I know it's different because I played it in 4K, because there was a 4K update for the game, and it just looked amazing. Honestly, it looked so good. It looks like a game now. It still looks beautiful, and the graphics are so good, and even like the animations are really good in a lot of the time. For a 360 game, I mean, it was amazing at the time, to be honest. Even when I was playing on my crappy little, square TV, which wasn't even HD or anything, I remember it being amazing. So yeah, the graphics hold up really well. The voice acting's still pretty good. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. They do their jobs. And I will say this, what's interesting, I don't know if it's me getting older or something. I'm more tolerant now, I have no idea, but I didn't find the characters as grating as I used to. Vanille, when I played it the first time, I couldn't get over how annoying she was. I honestly couldn't get over it. She just did my fucking head in. I thought she was the worst character in anything ever. Hope was kind of annoying and whiny, but I also I felt sorry for the kid, and I really do think it is just getting older. You kind of feel more empathetic toward characters, and you don't just see them as annoying goons. Like, it's weird. So I guess that's just a different perspective now that I'm older. I don't really know, but I found the story pretty good as well. It's a bit convoluted at times, but I mean, there are bits that happen really quick. But chapter 13, I think it is, was so much better than I remember it. That part was awesome. I was just like, wow, this bit's actually really sick, and I really enjoyed as well going into chapter 12 or 11, chapter 11, when you're going around Pulse, when you're doing all the missions and you're upgrading your characters and getting all this really cool stuff. That was really fun. I had a lot of good times doing that. I really enjoyed it. Anyway, so that's that. Gameplay-wise, I do like the whole swapping between the what they call the paradigm shifts. I do like that. It's got a lot of strategy to it. And the cool thing about it is that if you die and you do get wrecked, you can just do retry and then basically try a different strategy. It isn't like you have to try something, you die back to a save point. It's just like, nope, you're dead, but you can just try that one again and suit your strategy for this type of monster or this type of thing. I found the game easier this time than when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I found the game so difficult. And it's because I never used the Sentinel. I never used the Sentinel shift, paradigm, whatever it is, when I was a kid. When I say kid, I was like 18, I think. I just turned 19. Turning 19. But I never used Sentinel. I don't know why. But I say that's like Final Fantasy VIII though. Final Fantasy VIII, for some reason, I used to run away from every battle. I never used to upgrade my characters or level them up or anything. I'll just run away. What's the point of that? Half the game is leveling up your characters and trying to get good. So yeah, I don't even know that one. I'm just I'm a bit of a moron with that one, I guess. Oopsie daisy. But yeah, this one I obviously tried to level up and get my characters good, but I thought the gameplay was fun and I enjoyed it a lot. I just think the game gets shat on way too much. I think, obviously everyone was expecting the game to be, you know, you can explore a lot, and then you get the ship, and you go around, kind of like the old ones. And no, it wasn't like that at all. I think the world building is very confusing, and I think maybe that's a reason why I liked it the second time through, because I understood what they were talking about a bit more. But you do have to go onto the menu and basically read up the lore on the game, because, you know, what game makes you do that? That's how confusing it is. It's... In terms of that, they completely dropped the ball with the world building. Plus, like, the world feels very limited, and it's just kind of confusing with the whole Pulse and Cocoon thing, and also the dialogue can be a bit repetitive at times. You just hear them saying Cocoon and Pulse and Lassie and Fal'Cie over and over to the point it does kind of grate you a little bit. But, I don't know, it's not bad enough to the point where you're like, oh my god, I want to kill myself kind of thing. Oh god, the monetization. But... It's also not incredible either. If you're not a big fan of Japanese writing, this game is not going to sway you in the slightest, I would imagine anyway. But yeah, it's quite repetitive sometimes, but as a whole, the dialogue's not, you know, I've seen worse, or heard worse, rather. A bit, I guess seen and heard worse. But, I don't know, the music as well. That's one of the best things about this game, the music. Oh, the music is incredible. I think it has, if I'm honest, it has probably the most consistent Final Fantasy soundtrack. It might be my favorite, if I'm honest, because most of the tracks I do really like, and the ones that are really good, they really stand out to me, you know what I mean? Like, 10 is my favorite Final Fantasy game of all time, and 10 has some great music, but for example, the battle music on 13's better, the boss battle music on 13 I think is better, some of the areas, so that hair's annoying me. You know, I think as a whole, Final Fantasy XIII is the best Final Fantasy soundtrack, apart from Final Fantasy XIV, but Final Fantasy XIV has the edge of being such a huge game. It has so many tracks to the point where even if there are duds, you know what I mean, it's going to be a good one. So, I'm looking at it as like, you know, the single player games, not Final Fantasy XIV. Otherwise, that definitely would win for soundtrack, because there's so many songs on it, right? But I just think it, pardon me, I think it gets shat on a bit too much. I mean, it does limit you. For sure. I mean, you can't level up properly until halfway in the game, pretty much, and you are stuck with certain characters. And yeah, there are a few bits that drag, but is it as bad as everyone says it is? Is it a game you should avoid as a Final Fantasy fan? If you're a Final Fantasy avid fan, you want to play all the games, should this be the one you avoid kind of thing? Definitely not. I think it's a good game, and the thing is, what's weird is that everyone shits on it, yet critically, it did really well. I think even user reviews are quite high. But I don't think I say that. Last Jedi got really high critical reviews, so I mean, I don't know. I personally think it's quite a good game, and I think you should give it another go. Would I recommend Final Fantasy XIII 2? I can't say. I actually was excited to play it, but when I finally started playing it, I don't know, I just couldn't be bothered to play it, I suppose. And Lightning Returns I played for, don't even know, 3 hours. I just didn't like the whole time thing, but apparently it's good. I might give it a go one day and try and get into it again, I don't know, but 13, definitely give it a go. Even if, you know, it's really cheap now anyway, and it's got the 4K upgrade, so yeah, I recommend playing it again, and maybe it'll change your mind, I have no idea. Anyway, leave a comment down below what your thoughts are on Final Fantasy XIII. Give me your opinion, what the best Final Fantasy is in your opinion. I keep repeating myself today. Give your opinion what the best... Just go play the game.